Why Lakeland, Florida, you may be asking yourself. What are the pros? What are the cons? Because I can tell you there are many of each. If you're thinking about relocating here to Lakeland, Florida, I'm going to give you the pros first and the cons second. My name is Brian Stevens, eXp Realty. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get started. First of all, the first pro to move to this amazing area, by the way, is we are right between Tampa and Orlando. So we are Central Florida, literally an hour from Orlando, 45 minutes from Tampa. Of course, depending on traffic on Interstate 4, which is another topic. That's probably a con. I didn't factor using that today, but it's probably a con. I-4 is interesting. Let's just leave it at that. But we are halfway between Tampa and Orlando, big cities, lots of entertainment. You've got professional sports franchises. In Tampa, you've got the Buccaneers, you've got the Lightning. In Orlando, you've got the Magic. There's professional soccer in Orlando, so lots to choose from if you want to go to a big city, professional sports, not to mention all the restaurants, all the attractions. You've got Busch Gardens over in Tampa. Orlando, of course, you have Walt Disney World. Can you imagine living in Lakeland, living in Polk County, having season passes to Disney World, being able to go there within about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic, drive to Disney World anytime you want? We've done it for years, and let me tell you, it's a nice advantage, and there are so many others, but we are, again, right between Tampa and Orlando. That's the first pro in moving to Lakeland, Florida. Number two, we are more affordable than Tampa or Orlando, generally speaking. We really are. You can get so much more bang for the buck here in Lakeland, Florida. Our average price range is around $350, $360. And I can tell you right now, you can get a luxury home, something really nice for $700,000 and above. You can also get, if you're looking for, say, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath pool home for $500,000 to $600,000, depending on the location, upgrades, whether it's newer or older, what have you. But our real estate is still, I think, very affordable here. Now, prices have gone up as they have everywhere in the nation. And of course, Florida had a big increase right after COVID, but I can tell you still, generally speaking, in Lakeland, Florida, your home, you're going to get more home for the money here in this area. Number three, we have beautiful lakes and outdoor lifestyle. I mean, it's called Lakeland for a reason. There are beautiful lakes. We are the city of lakes. So that's what Lakeland is known for. We've got the amazing Lake Hollingsworth, and you can see it is, it's beautiful. It's kind of a landmark here in Lakeland, Florida. Florida Southern College is on the north side of the lake. By the way, Frank Lloyd Wright, one of his largest features of his work is right here in Lakeland with Florida Southern College. I was fortunate enough to graduate there many moons ago, and I can tell you it's a beautiful place. So Lake Hollingsworth is the scene of many 5Ks. You've got the Watermelon Series in the summer where people, it's a 5K. There's a series of 4 5K races. We've run it with our family, our kids for years. It's been a blast. It's a great walking trail. Beautiful homes all around Lake Hollingsworth. Absolutely fantastic. Just north of Lake Hollingsworth is Lake Morton, also known as Swan Lake. There are some beautiful swans around that lake, and there's a history. If you read up on it, it may have been a Queen of England had something to do with planting or transplanting a swan here in Lakeland, Florida. Look it up, Google it. Pretty interesting stuff. Just so you got Lake Hollingsworth, you've got Lake Morton, and then just north of that is downtown Lakeland. We'll talk about that later on. But the city of lakes, we've got Lake Parker, you have Lake Mirror, you've got so many other beautiful lakes all throughout. And there's fishing lakes, there's boating lakes. You would love just to be able to go and walk a lake and go fishing about anywhere here in Lakeland. Our parks are amazing. The outdoor recreation is fantastic. We've got so many scenic neighborhoods around here, and lakefront property is a premium, kind of hard to find, but when you find it, the views are absolutely stunning. Number 4, another reason that you should consider moving to Lakeland, Florida, it's really a smaller city feel, but it's got growing amenities. I have been here for over 50 years. Yes, 50 years. And I have seen this city just take off. But it still has a small town feel. but it is growing. Lakeland is continuing to grow. Our downtown, I mentioned that earlier, is a great downtown. I will tell you the last 2 to 3 years, it has grown. It's got more restaurants. It's got a better feel. They've kind of really put some beautiful lighting up there. We've gone down there on the weekend, my wife and I have, and I can tell you it's a good vibe. It's safe. It's very nice. Munn Park is kind of right in the center, and you have a lot of restaurants all around there. You've got Harry's, you've got Black and Brew, you have the famous 1961, you've got some great sandwich shops, you've got Mitchell's Coffee House really close. You've got Fresco's just around the corner. You've got a great pizza place down there. Fantastic area just to walk around. And Saturday mornings, they have a really cool flea market, or a farmer's market, I should say. And that's on Saturday mornings. All the local vendors are down there. Man, you can get some good, tasty local food there. You've got crafts, you've got everything. Great place just to kind of wake up Saturday morning, get you a coffee, and just kind of go hang out. So that is another nice thing about the downtown area. A lot of stuff happening with that downtown. You need to go check it out. Even if you're visiting, go down there and grab a quick bite. So number 5 is this: strong community, and we have a great family environment. I love Lakeland because we have raised our family here, and I love everything that you can do in Lakeland, from, again, downtown to, there's some great churches here in Lakeland. There's some really nice shopping, the outdoor activities, the parks. Our kids were involved with sports growing up, so the different church leagues, the different city leagues. There's even Major League Baseball spring training here in Lakeland, the Detroit Tigers. But there's soccer, you name it, basketball, football, baseball. We are Central Florida, so we're year-round sports, but not just sports. Outdoor fishing. There's community groups all over the place here in Lakeland. It's great suburban neighborhoods, really. Far South Lakeland, Bartow, which butts up to South Lakeland. But the schools are wonderful, our elementary, middle school, high schools, have a couple colleges here. We'll talk about that later, but a lot of wonderful things to do here in Lakeland, Florida. So many people choose Lakeland for a little bit of a quieter lifestyle. Now, I will tell you, not to hit the cons yet, but our traffic is picked up. We have definitely had more traffic here. I will tell you, from Lakeland compared to Tampa, Orlando, it's still a quieter scene, still a great vibe. You can still get on the outskirts of Lakeland a little bit, get a little bit of land, but it's really nice. It's a wonderful community. We have the Polk County Parkway that is here in Lakeland that connects to Interstate 4. And that parkway is actually growing and expanding right now in the Winter Haven area. Winter Haven, side note, is just east of Lakeland and butts up to Lakeland. I've got another video that I can drop a link below that talks about everything that Winter Haven has to offer. You can even get a little bit more home in Winter Haven than you can in some parts of Lakeland too. And Winter Haven's a great city. So the Polk County Parkway, again, connects you to Interstate 4, and you can get all the way across Lakeland, Winter Haven, even parts of Auburndale on the Polk County Parkway. So that's a great thoroughfare to connect with I-4. So can't say enough about our city. I think it's very well run. I think it's clean. I think they've just done a good job at really preparing us to grow, but not just for that, for people to have good quality, family-friendly lives, to be able to grow here and to be able to enjoy Florida, right? I mean, the outdoors and everything that Florida has to offer. So let's jump over to the cons. So why you should not move to Lakeland, Florida, okay? We want to keep it real here. Here's the cons. Number 1, guess what? Of course, Florida can be ridiculously hot and humid. I mean, really, really, really hot. I mean, temperatures often get 90, 95 degrees, not just in the 90s, but with humidity to where in, I'm going to call it July, August, September, you can walk out at 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night, maybe get to put the trash out, take the dog out. And the humidity's so bad, even in the weird times like that, you can still start to get a little sweat going. I mean, it's still toasty. So we get some heat. In fact, I've lived here, I told you, for 50 years, right? I will say this, and I tell my friends this all the time, or clients I meet with. Every summer, it seems like, we'll go outside, I'll go outside. working, showing homes, meeting with wonderful clients. And I still say the same thing almost every time. I can't believe how hot it is today. I mean, I don't think you ever get used to that heat. Here's the good thing, scooting back over to the pro side, you can always go inside and there's air conditioning. You can always jump in your car and you can get cooled off, right? But if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Don't come to Lakeland, Florida, because it gets hot. We also have afternoon thunderstorms, which can be pretty intense. And guess what? Once in a while, we have hurricanes. Been through about 4 or 5 of them. They are pretty freaky, but you get hurricanes when you come to Florida in general. That's a con. So that's one of them. Number 2, traffic is getting busier. I mentioned that earlier, but Lakeland has grown. It's so rapidly that the traffic is increasing. They're redoing some of our main roads as we speak, which I'm so glad. Putting another coat of paving over there because, again, we've just gotten so many people that have moved here. So that is a con. The I-4 corridor, again, Interstate 4, connecting you to Tampa and Orlando, can really take a little while to get somewhere. I wouldn't say it's Los Angeles, California, backed up busy, but again, it's growing and growing and growing, and you've got to be prepared to go onto your app and make sure you're going to have enough time to get to the airport, to get to Disney, time out everything because, again, it's pretty busy. Our main thoroughfare, I would tell you, in Lakeland, that's going to get you from South Lakeland to North Lakeland, is called South Florida Avenue, also called Highway 37. And so South Florida Avenue goes really South Lakeland down to Mulberry, which is a small city south of South Lakeland, all the way up to North Lakeland, which would take you out of North Lakeland into the next city also. So it can get very trafficy, of course, during lunch hours, during people going to work and people coming home. But traffic can get like that. Yeah, County Line Road is another road that is kind of parallel South Florida Avenue. It is west in southwest Lakeland. On the west side of County Line Road is Hillsborough County. So we butt up to Plant City, right, which is Hillsborough County. Plant City is very nice. Taxes are, generally speaking, a little bit more over in Hillsborough County than they are in Polk County. So you've got County Line Road on the west side. You've got Plant City. On the east side, you're in southwest Lakeland. County Line Road can get trafficy, but it moves pretty quick. The Polk Parkway, the entrances can get kind of busy, but the Polk Parkway is still a great thing. Now, it is a toll road. You are going to pay, but it's a great way to get from Tampa to Winter Haven onto I-4. We use it all the time. Hint, hint, get a Sun Pass and your tolls are even cheaper. We like that. So still better than big cities. Again, the growth in Lakeland is very noticeable. Number 3, limited high-paying job market. Our average sales price of our home, I told you, is $350. But Lakeland's economy is strong, but it's going to be smaller than nearby metro areas for salaries, for jobs, generally speaking. So although we do have Publix headquarters here, the corporate offices, which is really nice. But again, you're not going to have bigger, larger, fat salary jobs in big executive positions as you would maybe in Tampa or Orlando, because Lakeland, again, it's a smaller market. So what we see is a lot of people that live in Lakeland that will travel to Tampa or Orlando because we're central. They can get more house for the money, and yet they can have the bigger salaries and maybe executive jobs, if you will, over in the larger cities. So a lot of people either commute to Tampa and Orlando, Winter Haven, or even Brandon. Brandon, Florida is just south of us. It's probably about 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on where you're going in Brandon. So know that, it's going to be a limited, high-paying job market here in Lakeland. Number 4, I've alluded to it, but hey, hurricanes and storm season is a real thing. We have hurricane season. I don't have it memorized. It's like 3 to 4 to 5 months of the year. I try to put it out of my mind, but it is literally, part of our year. I believe it's June to November, if I'm correct, but you get some heavy storms. You get some heavy thunderstorms. You may get some flooding in low-lying areas. We're in Central Florida, so we're not on the coast. What we did see is because of some of the hurricanes the last couple of years, some people that lived in Tampa, St. Pete, they got hit really bad with some floods. People moving inland because we're in the middle of the states, so we don't have the oceans to worry about flooding us and that sort of thing. So, but there are some parts in Lakeland that are a little bit low-lying. Of course, real estate agents, homeowners insurance people would be able to let you know if you're in a flood zone, if it's going to require flood insurance, and so on and so forth, depending on the property that you actually are interested in. So again, Lakeland is inland, so that's an advantage, but understand, storm season always happens all the time, June through November, and we always hope and pray, Lord, keep the hurricanes away from us. And the fifth reason you should not move to Lakeland, Florida, is the rapid growth and development. It is getting packed here. It's growing fast. Again, more traffic. The home prices are slightly going up. I believe as your local real estate agent that we've seen appreciation that is very healthy. Right? So it's nothing crazy. It may be 3 to 4 to 5% on the average, which we like is very healthy. During COVID, got a little crazy. I don't know what the percentage was, but prices went way up. Now they kind of stabilized in this market. So our home prices are still very good. There's new construction everywhere. Neighborhoods popping up left and right. Big production builders have been here for a while, and a couple more are moving in. But again, so some people would say, some Lakelanders would say, and I am one, I don't mind the growth. I think it's wonderful. But some Lakelanders would say it's kind of changing the city. We used to be a real small town feel. Well, we're growing, and we're between Tampa and Orlando, and we're in Florida. Okay, so growth brings new restaurants, new shopping, jobs, opportunities. For example, we have Orlando Hospital, Orlando Regional is building their building right down the street from where I live in South Lakeland. And they're going to be open here. They say we're in 2026 later this year, and it looks like it's going to probably hit that goal. So Orlando Regional doesn't come over here and build a beautiful, massive hospital if there's not going to be growth. Now, we're personally excited because we know that's going to bring jobs, doctors, opportunities. Kind of a beautiful hospital right down the road here in South Lakeland. So you've got Lakeland Regional in North Lakeland, been there forever. You've got Bartow Hospital, it's kind of South Lakeland, just inside Bartow. And now we're going to have Orlando Regional Hospital. So why is that? Because it is growing. So I will sum up this. You've got the pros, you've got the cons, and we're keeping it real here. What do you think? What are your fears? What are the things that you like about moving to this area? If you're thinking about moving to Lakeland, Florida, or anywhere in our surrounding areas, which are going to be Winter Haven, Mulberry, Bartow, Lake Wales, Haines City, Auburndale. These are all the cities in Polk County. Myself and my team would love to help you relocate, answer your questions, talk to you about the areas, and kind of walk you through your specific situation and your timeline. So all my contact information is below. Hey, thanks for tuning into this video. Do me a favor, if you have found value with this content, subscribe to this channel for more valuable real estate content. Share it with a friend. Save the video, and more importantly, I would love to connect with you and talk to you about your real estate needs. My name is Brian Stevens. Whether selling or buying, you got to call Brian. God bless.